All right, controller players have been hit hard for a very long time, but I don't know why mouse and keyboard players have been flying under the radar for this long. There's something going on in the scene right now that nobody's talking about, and it definitely needs to be addressed because a lot of you mouse and keyboard players out there are playing dirty. I'm not saying all of you, but I know some of you out there are cheating and you're using this and you're not getting caught, and it looks like Respawn was trying to catch you, but now they don't really know what to do. So let's talk about this. This was brought to my attention by one of you. The person decided to stay anonymous, so I will not release their name, but they said the following: hey, I want to stay anonymous for this one. I don't know if you're going to see this, but Apex has banned almost every config under the sun, except for configs that mouse and keyboard players have been using pretty much since Jitter Aiming got discovered. Now, this is pretty accurate, right? Everyone has kind of like shame. If you use Steam configs and you're on controller, shame. You're cheating. It's not designed to be that way. And I get it, right? But on the flip side, why are we not calling out what mouse and keyboard players not only have the capability of, but a lot of them have been doing? And so Logitech allows native LUA scripting directly to the mouse itself in the software. Not just Logitech though, it's also Razer and many others. Yet Apex banned everything on controller and ignored the support for Logitech scripting. So you can see the video in the background. Basically, whether it be scripts or even going into the Razer Synapse software, you can actually make certain macros or make the the device register certain events that aren't necessarily happening. And so this stuff can get weird, especially with jitter aiming, because it's actually not like anti-recoil scripts like you would see with like a Cronus or anything, but it does basically give you no recoil in the sense that it is a little shaky, it is a little jittery. We all know what jitter aiming is at this point. I really don't have to discuss it, but you can see that these people are still getting long range one clips with a flat line. I mean, let's not make it sound like this isn't that big of a deal, because it very much so is a big deal, because this is definitely unnatural. It definitely makes it a whole lot easier to one clip people, especially from range. Try jitter aiming by yourself. It is possible. It's really not that hard, but I mean, it can be really weird on your wrist and it feels super weird on your arm. And it definitely, in my opinion, it takes a little bit of skill to master. Here we go to continue on this message. This is not only the video that shows it. In fact, other people sell scripts like these for shield swapping, jitter aiming, you name it. There's probably someone who does it. And it is kind of weird to know that there are so many mechanics that you can do without getting caught, because Apex isn't really paying attention to this. Or are they? So we've also got an update to that we'll explain later. Like I said, Razer Synapse has this as well. Almost exact similar feature. Still not detected or bannable by Respawn standards, yet everything MK gets looked over. Mouse and keyboard players aren't all golden boys of the community, in my opinion. So as you can tell, this person definitely has it out for mouse and keyboard players. But I think they make a very fair point. For controller players, it takes effort to cheat. I don't know. Okay, now we're kind of getting into some blurry lines here, but I do think the point to make about mouse and keyboard players is a fair one. Now, let's dial this down a little bit more. I wouldn't say it's totally not detectable or not bannable by Respawn, because just recently, Respawn actually made an update to their anti-cheat. And when they did that, you were seeing a lot of people get banned, but rightfully so, right? And then you look back and people are starting to say, oh, I got falsely banned and all this stuff. But then we actually discovered that Respawn had actually come out with a new anti-cheat update that was banning specific softwares that were being used in the background. So people were using this for whatever advantage that it was, but then we found this guy. Now, this guy actually goes to a college and plays collegiate esports for Apex Legends, and he plays under a coach and manager that was also in the ALGS, getting second place at the World Championship with Optic Gaming, known as Loopy. Loopy is a great guy. Loopy knows what he's doing, and basically when this player got banned live on stage, he kind of said, hey, look, what's going on here? Why did my player get banned? Can we get some help? And I'll be honest, I'm one who also tried to get this player help, because I don't think that this player was cheating. Matter of fact, I'm very confident that he wasn't, considering he's under the live supervision on main stage, and the coach obviously knows what he's doing as well. Was actually none other than the old infamous Razer Synapse. You see, Apex is starting to monitor all these other applications in the background, and it seems like Razer Synapse may have been a red flagged one, because rightfully so, they are doing some very shady stuff inside of this software, and it has been unbannable or undetected for years. But the moment that you start trying to crack down on that, you also interfere with a lot of innocent people that are not using those things. So whenever his account did finally get fixed, it begs the question, do we just need to let these people exist and act like nothing is wrong at all? Or is there a better way to figure out if these people are actually doing it? Because if the scripting or macros are going on inside of the peripheral software, not Apex's, how detectable, how easy is it to actually read this other than just banning that software entirely? Well, obviously, neither really seem very practical or very easy to do. But with how many thousands of views these videos were getting and how many people were so grateful in the comments that they were doing them for them, I definitely understand, and I'm not too stupid to understand, that mouse and keyboard players are not always innocent. There are some cheaters out there that are using these systems and they're acting like it's no big deal. Oh, well, mouse and keyboard, you know, that's the whole gig, is that we get extra options. That's not true, and that's not fair whatsoever to be using software like this to manipulate the system and act like controller players are so wrong when they do it, okay? Both are wrong. Neither should be allowed. I'm just kind of surprised that this has been flying under the radar for so long and no one has really said a peep. Interested to see what you guys have to say about it. I know I'm going to get ripped up in the comments. Many of you mouse and keyboard players are probably disagreeing with me right now. Interested to see everyone's opinion down below. Like and subscribe though if you do want to stay up to date with Apex Legends news and updates. And until the next time, we'll see you all later.